Hello and welcome to Greeting Star. Today we're going to be working on the Simon Says Stamp Wednesday Challenge. We'll be making this cute little card with a Lawn Fawn stamp set called Bugs and Kisses. I'm going to use a pre-cut and folded card, and I'm going to be using a strip of cardstock that's the size of 2.5 by 5.5. You may want to do use a little bit of a longer strip of paper. I'd say 2.5 by 11, so you could trim it and then make 2 cards at once instead of doing just 1 card. So I'm using the bigger image here, and then I go over to some of the medium images, and then I go into the small ones just to fill out my page here. And what I'm going to do once I've got all my images on my card, you can either heat emboss them with a clear embossing powder, or I used a Sakura glaze pen to just trace the black lines, and then I'm going to use some distress ink to add my color to my page. So right now I'm just placing my images around on this blank cardstock until I have most of the space filled up. So there are many cute images in this stamp set. I think this stamp set is about 3 years old now, but I just love it. I can't get enough of it. So anyway, here I am just putting some leaves down, and then I'm moving over to this cute little, I guess it's a caterpillar or some type of a worm or something. I love the little faces though, the cute little smiling faces that these bugs have. I think they're adorable. So when I'm done with the bugs, I realized that I definitely need to add a few more hearts in there to fill up some of those empty spaces. So that's what you see me doing here. And this is actually, I love creating backgrounds like this. This is just so much fun. So now I'm making sure that that ink is completely dry before I trace over it. So this is the Glaze Sakura pen, and it's clear ink. So it's just going to basically protect that black line, so that when I use my sponge dauber to add the color to it, it will resist the color where that black line is, so you'll still be able to see it, and that makes it really fun and easy to color, and a lot less fuss than coloring with a marker. So here we go. I'm going to use these inks, and I do come in with a couple of other colors too as I'm working, but I'm starting off with spun sugar, mustard seed, I think that's peacock feathers, and worn lipstick. And then I also decided to do some tumbled glass for those jars. But I'm going to start with my lightest color here, yellow, on the cute little bees, and also on the little, I guess those are, they look to me like lightning bugs, those little firefly type bugs. I don't know if they are or not, but that's why I chose to use the yellow. And then here's some mowed lawn that I'm going to use for each of the leaves on this card. And I kind of thought the tone of these colors go really well with the color that's on my card. So that's why I chose them. So here's the worn lipstick that I'm going to use for all the little hearts and the ladybugs. And then I'm going to use that spun sugar for those bigger hearts. And I'm not really worried about blending, you know, the edges of the different colors. Right now it doesn't look so great, but once I get finished, I think it looks wonderful. I think it works really well with that card. And this, the peacock feathers really brightens it up, and then with the tumbled glass right there, just kind of makes it look like that little lightning bug is sort of brightening that little area of the card there, which is kind of cool. So almost finished. I decided just to try to blend some of those little bits of darker areas there using the peacock shadows. So now I'm going to back this with a piece of black cardstock, and instead of using just a plain blade, I used a Victorian blade to cut the edges, so it would be a little fancier. So I'm just going to adhere that strip of background paper to the black mat, and then I'm going to adhere that to my card. Pretty simple and fun. And then of course I need to trim it down a little bit, so I'm just going to do that with a pair of scissors, and I'm just scraping off some of the adhesive that seeped out of the edges. And now what I'm going to do is use this Hero Art Stamp and Cut set, the Hello, and I'm going to basically cut it out of another card, and now I can turn that card into a card with the same design on it. That's why I said at the beginning, if you stamp a larger strip of paper, then you can use that on the second card. So here I am just removing the die cut from the die, and it's the same color as the card, but I want to back it with some black cardstock to create sort of a little shadow there, help it stand out against that busy background. So I'm going to use some adhesive. This is the glossy accents that I'm going to use here, and just being careful not to apply too much so it doesn't seep out. And I'm just offsetting that colored hello piece so that way you can see the black to create that little shadow for me. And once I'm happy with that, I'm going to add some glossy accents to the back of it and put it on the card. These are cool little tweezers too. I love these tweezers. So this little piece here that I'm putting into the bottle is just a tag from a piece of clothing. You know, when you buy clothes new. I got that tip somewhere off of YouTube from someone, and I just love it. It keeps my stuff from, you know, glunking up. So anyway, this is the finished card, and you can see that I did stamp the word love bug, that sentiment from the same card stamp set. Thanks for watching and have a great day. Please visit my blog, and don't forget to check out my ebook at amazon.com/author/greeting star. Thanks so much and have a wonderful day. I hope you enjoyed the card today. Bye-bye.